Now, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo says a summons will be issued to ensure Norma Mngoma, the estranged wife of former Minister Malusi Gigaba, does appear before the state capture inquiry. She made an about-turn yesterday and withdrew from testifying at the commission. Now, through her lawyers, Mngoma told the inquiry she's not pleased with how her matter has been handled. Joining us to discuss the latest developments is Casper Badenhorst from withdrew and Associates. A very good morning to you. Thank you for your time. We heard this announcement yesterday, and as a legal expert, sitting from where you're sitting, how did it resonate with you, and what could be at stake here for Norma Mngoma?
Well, there's a lot of speculation that's rife at the moment on why she has withdrawn. It doesn't necessarily make sense considering the fact that she made very explosive allegations, or at least corroborated allegations made against Mr. Gigaba in December. So the fact that she's withdrawn and her reasons, which are not quite clear why she has withdrawn, don't really match up. It doesn't make sense. Also considering the fact that there's most likely statements that have been done under oath handed to the commission. So the evidence in essence is already there. It's just the fact that she's now withdrawn from providing the oral evidence, which does not make sense. I suppose they will explore those reasons when she does appear eventually.
We heard Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo saying that a summons will be issued to ensure that Norma Mngoma does come to the commission. Can she be forced to testify? I mean, we've seen a lot, perhaps learning from what former President Jacob Zuma has been doing when it comes to accounting in the commission.
Of course. She can be forced to appear, and she can be forced to answer questions. This is provided for in the rules. So, in essence, the basis upon which she's going to be called to commission now is no longer on an informal invitation on the basis that there was no summons apparently issued for her to appear. Now that a summons will be issued, she will be compelled to arrive and to give testimony at the commission and to answer questions that are put to her. If she refuses to answer questions, and as we've seen with, as you mentioned, with former President Zuma, there will most likely be greater consequences for such a decision. But she will have to, on the basis of a summons, present herself before the commission.
Now, just looking at the way that she ended up being listed as somebody who will be called to testify at the commission, volunteering essentially, how much legal scrutiny has she already opened herself up for?
One must always remember that the commission's purpose is it's a fact-finding mission, and the rules provide that if there's evidence or information that is to the interest of the commission for their purposes, people can approach the commission and provide such evidence. In addition, people that know of someone that has evidence that will assist in the purpose of the commission may direct such information to the commission for them to summons a person. So the fact that she has opened herself up with evidence that she's presented in December, or not evidence that she presented, but information that she gave during an interview, when she arrives to testify at the commission, those questions will definitely put to her as to why she made those allegations. Why did she corroborate evidence? For her to backtrack on any of the information she gave during the December interview, and most likely that are contained in her affidavit, will be detrimental to her if she did backtrack. So there's certainly a lot of scrutiny that can put into information that she's given, and most definitely into the affidavits that she's handed in. If there are affidavits, I thoroughly believe that there are affidavits that are presented to the commission. That is generally how they go about dealing with the evidence, particularly when there's a person being implicated by that evidence. And the fact that Mr. Gigaba has responded in an application to cross-examine her, it would only make sense that there are affidavits, because they would have to base their allegations, or Mr. Gigaba would have to base his reasons for cross-examining her and seeking also to withhold evidence or do it privately. They would have to know what she's going to say.
Now, Norma Mngoma, as part of her reasons justifying why she didn't make an appearance, had said that she felt that the Commission had mishandled her appearance. Is there any substance to that? Because we saw how Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo said he was surprised. Does it make sense for her to say that?
It's difficult to say. No one has clarity on why she has said that. I was looking, I think within the last hour, there's nothing been reported as to, or no statement from her or her attorneys clarifying that. So it's difficult to say if there's substance to it. From what I understand, what her attorney, Ms. Makatini, also said is that she hasn't had an opportunity to consult with her client to take detailed instructions. So the basis upon which that letter was drafted and the reasons given were on instructions given to Ms. Makatini from her client. Whether they are very scant, the reasons, that's the instruction that she would have had to act upon. But it's difficult to pronounce at this point whether there's any substance to it. It's something that will have to come out when she testifies. And they can put those questions to her.
Very well. Thank you so much for your input there, legal expert Casper Badenhorst, giving us a sense of what it would mean and what's at stake for Norma Mngoma failing to appear before the state.